And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be looking at the gathering professions, the disciples of the land, which are mining, botany and fishing between levels 20 and 30. I've accepted a random leave quest here in South Trow called Fool Me Twice, and what you need to do is you simply need to mine all of these deposits which have spawned, and you get these evaluation points. So I'm going to quickly show you what that involves. So I will boost my success rate to 100. So the higher level that you gather, the more evaluation points you get. So at the moment I'm getting 9 evaluation points per craft. And what this is saying here is that if I get above 320 by the end of the quest, I'll get an extra 25% boost to my experience points. So now you're given 20 minutes, which does seem like a very long time to do this quest. However, if you were to try and do these quests just simply as you do, like as quickly as you can, then the chances of getting the high evaluation and the numbers is very, very small, because the chances of even mining the particular spots is like 50% only. So what I do, which might seem extremely tedious at the beginning, but you get used to it, is I'm waiting for my GP to recover to get to 250 so that I can get the extra 50% boost, so that when I do it I have a 100% chance. So one thing I have found is that you do have enough time within the 20 minutes for it to recover for every single spot. And I think that's the way they designed it. That simply, it's not a race, it's just simply a case of the more patient that you are, the more experience points you get. And the way that gathering works as well when it comes to experience points is that you get chain bonus for the number of successful times you hit a spot. So for example, you can see here I got 424, then 437, then 451, then 479, 563, 563. So the reason I've done it that way, that is part of the reason basically why I wait to boost it to 100%, so that I can get this full chain for the maximum possible experience points. And then I'm also being patient so I can get the evaluation above 320, so that I can also get the maximum bonus from the leave. So it's just a case of being patient. So if you can be patient, wait for this to refill to 250 before you hit the deposit, then you can get benefit for doing that. It's not for everyone, absolutely not. I know some people will probably fly through these as quickly as they possibly can, but I am really one of the players who tries to get the very, very most out of your leave allowances, because you do get 6 allowances per day, but that can once you've run out, then it could feel like a very, very long time for them to recover. And it was using the most from my leave allowances which allowed me to get all of my disciples of the hand to 50. So that's why I'm taking my time with this, is to make sure I really get the most out of it. So yeah, so now as you can see, I boosted my the chance of gathering the item to 100% straight away. I have no chance of high quality on these quest items, so I don't have to worry about boosting that. Just keep going. Now this ability here that you get 25, it says increases the chance of obtaining high regular or high quality to 100, can only be used after chain number 4. It's irrelevant for us on this quest because simply I'm not going to be able to get high quality on these items anyway, but they give a very generous amount of experience points per hit. So I'll now just walk to the next point and I'll wait. As simple as that. And as I said, it does seem tedious, but as you can see, I've now done 3 out of the 8 points, and I've already got 162 evaluation, which means I will definitely have above 320 by the end of the quest for the maximum bonus. So that's the way that these leaves work at this level. Whether or not they will change at higher level is yet to be seen. So now while I'm waiting for this GP to recover again, I'm going to quickly run through the stats. So as a gathering or gatherer doing either mining, botany or fishing, you need to get gathering statistic and perception, and also you can boost your GP points as well. So as I am a level 50 of Disciple of the Hand and everything, I have crafted all of this high quality gear myself, you know, so I can just make all my own gear, which is very, very nice. So I get a very healthy amount of gathering of perception. I did have the choice of boosting it up even higher with materia, which I have done in a couple of cases, but I'm not going to take it too far because I know in a few levels I'm going to replace all this gear anyway, so there's no point. And one other thing I'm doing is I'm using these food. They're called jack-o'-lanterns, so they give me an extra 6% perception. So anyway, so gathering says affects the rate at which items are gathered, so it sort of reduces your global cooldown while you're hitting the gathering spots. And perception affects the rate at which high quality items are gathered, so that just basically gives you more chance of high quality. So those are the two stats you need to boost up. So again, now that this is above 250, I go in, I press my F4, find my GP is gone, but at least now I can get 100% chance for the rest of this node. And exactly the same rules apply for botany as well. After this quest I will show you fishing, just so you can see how it is at this level range. And also I'll show you as well a good place to fish, which is not far from here in East Shroud. So again, just waiting for it to recover. Now the benefits of leveling up Gathering and Disciples of the Land is that you'll be able to just gather all the materials you need to craft yourself. You won't have to rely on anyone. And as the same as I did with my Disciples of the Hand, I'm leveling them all at the same time. So I'm doing every 5 levels, so I'll take each one to 30 and then each one to 35 and 40 and so on. And the reason why I do that, and that's my play style, is because it will then allow me to use all of this same gear without having to keep different levels of different sets. I won't have to keep multiple sets of gear just for my gathering. I'll use the same gear the whole way, and then the second I don't need them on the 3rd class I can just convert them and get materia out of them. And that's what I'm going to be doing all the way to 50. And hopefully I'll be able to do leaves all the way to 50, because each one of these leaves do give a huge amount of experience points, and they do take a while to finish, so hopefully the leave allowances count will go down very, very slowly. And we're almost there, you know, so there's less than 10 minutes to go, but there is time to finish the last 4 nodes easily. As long as this goes above 320, that's all I care about at this point. One thing I've also done, in the description you can find a link that well, a couple of links actually, which I use to help me work out where to go and what to do at different level ranges, and they do help a lot because it just saves time when trying to work out the best place to go at each level range. So you just share from other people's experience rather than trying to make it up yourself. Okay, so that's above 250 now. So again, I'll hit this, get 100%. And obviously because this is level 28, I'll get more experience than the level 25. And also more evaluation points as well. Now all Disciples of the Land at level 8 get stealth. So if there was monsters in this area which are likely to attack you while you're doing your stuff, all you do, hit stealth, and that's it, you're invisible. And they will not attack you, as long as they're not too high level above you. But if they were, chances are you wouldn't be able to do gathering in the area anyway, because you'd be too low level. So as I said, it's not particularly exciting, it's just down to how patient you are to get this evaluation boost up, and the higher level you are compared to the leave, the less of a buff you have to do. I'm only having to wait until the 251 simply because I'm way below the level of this node, so I'm barely 25 and this node is level 30. So if I was level 29, then it would be a lot easier to do. If you do have other methods or other ways of leveling your gathering, please let me know in the comments below. I do appreciate any feedback and shared experience. I am by no means an expert in everything. I am still learning gathering myself, so I'm only making this guide as a way of saying this is what I've decided to do at this point between level 20 and 30. So almost there, waiting for it to get to 250. I do wish it would refill quicker, but that's up to Square Enix, not up to me. But you can get quite a huge amount of GP, so if it was fully charged, you see here my GP would be 495, which would allow me to do the first at least couple of these nodes without having to wait. And then you also sometimes from the leaves get a reward called the cordial, which is none of these actually rewarded right now, but it's actually a potion which will restore 300 GP for you. Okay, so now it's above 250 again, so I will hit this one. That's it, it's 100%. So we are getting some pretty decent experience points from this. So 2 more nodes to go, but I'm already above 324, so I'm just gonna hit through any of them, doesn't really matter. So that's all you're after really for these leaves, is just get above 320 and you're pretty much done. There you go, so I got above 400 evaluations, so it's all good. And that's the duty complete, so I'll return to the leave map. Then simply right click, click, collect reward, and that's it. So the 2 types of leaves you'll find in this area at this time, one of them will either be this evaluation sort of leave, where you have to get above a certain evaluation. Another one will simply be just gather as many as you can from the nodes which have spawned, and that's it. And they'll have a minimum number, so they might, for example, ask you to gather 32, but you will probably have available to you up to 60 that you get. And the benefits of getting all 60 is the fact that you'll just get all of the extra experience points. While you're leveling up your gathering, you can choose to just gather randomly from random nodes, especially if you're collecting items. But I just find having the quests to do, the leaves, just makes it a lot more interesting and a lot more focused, rather than just sitting somewhere for a million hours trying to get it done. Okay, so now I need to find a place called Verdant's Drop, I believe. I'm not actually 100% sure where Verdant's Drop is. Verdant Drop. Does anyone know where Verdant Drop is? Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to just go to wherever there's water and just try and fish from there. Okay, so if I quickly change to fishing, and the bait I'm going to be using at this level range is either the brass ball or the crayfish ball. I happen to have both, so it's probably better for me to use the baseball just because they're much higher level, because the crayfish balls, as you can see, are only level 5. But I'll just quickly show you the concept. So you simply cast your line, you wait for the rod to shake, and then you hit hook. And at level 25 you get this ability here called mooch. So what you can do is, if you're catching what is actually a high quality fish, you can then put it back on the line and use it to catch an even bigger fish. Okay, so I'll do these 5 more, get rid of these crayfish balls, and then I'll use the base one. And fishing really is as simple as this. There is absolutely no thinking involved. It's just wait for this to shake, press hook, you're done. Do it again. And I'm not using leave allowances on fishing because I find the fish experience points are extremely generous already. So I will save all of my leave allowances for botany and mining. Okay, so now again 3 more, and then I'll try the baseballs. Oh, so if you don't react in time, then it will just fail. Because I'm obviously catching low level fish, the chances of me getting high quality are therefore a lot higher. So these experience points are just as good as when I was doing the level 30 nodes for the other professions, and I'm using level 5 bait. So when I'm using 25 bait, I'm going to show you how much better the experience points are. Okay, so now I'm using much higher bait, so I'm going to try again. Okay, so it seems I'm just in a low level area, so let me just go to a higher level. I'm still just trying to work out, because they said a place called Verdant Drop in East Shroud, but I just don't see it anywhere in this map. Okay, let me step into the higher level zones. Maybe I'll go near the Sanctum of the 12 and I'll try there. I do wonder if one day we're actually going to be able to go inside the Sanctum of the 12. Okay, so I'm going to try and fish here just to see what will happen. And you can always refer to your fishing log by pressing Y on your keyboard, and it will show you what you've fished in the area. And there is so many of these places to fish at, so I've already discovered this place, the Spring Ripple Brook, but I need to discover 2 more. Okay, so Sanctum of the 12 has been marked as a place to fish, so I'm going to now try this place here and see if that one's called possibly Verdant Drop. So it would be the obvious places where, like, you can see that these are the sections where there's water, so you can't fish anywhere else, so the chances are these 5 discovered places are going to be at the points which touch water. So here, maybe here and here. That's why I have to go under here in order to get round. So what you can do actually, you can just spend the time and try and make sure you capture one of each fish. But it's not necessarily as easy as that. I'm going to have to keep running to reset all these monsters. Wow, I hate heavy. I have to be careful because these monsters are level 40 plus. Okay, I'm going to go stealth. Wow, so stealth gives you slow movement speed, but then combined with heavy, now crawling. So anyway, let me try and fish here. And we will see if this unlocks another fishing location on my fishing log. Okay, so that's more like it. Look at that, 3,600 experience points. And there you go, Verdant Drop, as I said. So that's the reason I didn't discover it, is because it's actually this fishing location. It's not something marked on the map initially. So I have been recommended to stay here as one of the best places to fish until level 30, using my base ball. And the link to the fishing guide is in the description, as I said. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That'll be it for this video between level 20 and 30 gathering. I will simply keep doing the leaves for mining and botany of South Shroud, or I'll be fishing right here to get to level 30 fishing. That's it. So thanks for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.